So guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into it right here. This is about to be the JX PB that he got recently. JX is joining with me here right now. How are you doing today, JX?
Doing great. I'm doing great. How you doing there?
Dude, I'm feeling amazing. I'm so stoked for you. You and I both have been grinding like crazy in 120% lately, and
Hell yeah.
hats off to both of us for kind of pushing our PBs a little bit further. And so
Yeah.
I'm really stoked to watch this run with you. I'm going to go ahead and get it started real quick here. Just go ahead and start the VOD. And,
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and let me know in the chat if it's like too loud or too quiet or anything. But yeah, dude. So where was your mind at? One thing I always like to ask during this is, where was your mind at during this run? Like, were you nervous? Were you like grinding resets? Were you pissed? Were you like in a good mood? Where were you?
It was kind of this run in particular out of all of them. If you can see the splits, I don't know if you see them, but I was running against, that's my PB there. It's a 1:30:11. But I changed them to average for some reason. I've never run against average before, and I'm like, you know, let's just run against average splits first time ever, and let's just do a no reset. And it ended up working. I ended up just getting a run through. I was happy with everything, and mentally I was kind of focused this run, which was good. Like I was feeling good the whole run, even with a lot of the mess ups in the run. I was still continuing because I still know I could PB. There's plenty of time to save. But it was a bit stressful. I know it was a hard grind before it. I remember I was doing a lot of resets, but as soon as I ran against averages, for some reason I got a run through.
The averages worked out better for you as like splits to run against.
Yeah,
I believe
it
that.
gave me more of a mental boost, kind of it's all right to lose time here.
Yeah, and I think that's a skill that you really develop the more runs you get down is how I'm gonna just deal with this. Like figure out whatever fucking mistakes you make and just deal with it. And it's really hard to actually put yourself in that mindset. No matter whether you're like a new player or an experienced one, it's hard not to just be like, oh fuck all these mistakes, I'm gonna just reset or whatever. Or just give up, so to speak, even if you keep playing. You know, you could also mentally give up and just be like, oh, this is all bullshit. Fuck Sparks, you know?
Oh man, and this game is very punishing in that sense. It can really just fuck you over just by the littlest things, like the time losses in this game. Like you have to really be on the ball to bring it back to bring back the recoveries and that, and be actively thinking, which is why I love the game. It's very fiddly like that.
Yeah, you got to be on the fucking. Oh my god, that recovery flame! Are you kidding me? Did you see that?
One, wasn't
oh
it?
my god,
I've seen that.
You fucking legend.
A little bit too early on that flame.
My god, dude, I got one of these sick ass Warhead sour ales right here. So I'm chugging in your honor tonight. This is my final beer of the night. And so cheers.
Nice. I'm just getting started. As it's 3 p.m. for me.
You just got off work, huh?
Oh yeah. But I just got a 6-pack for the way home. Have a few here. Enjoy the run. This is going to be my first time watching it back, so.
Yeah. Oh really? This is your first time watching it back?
Yeah. This will be my first time. I still don't know where I really messed up. I think Alpine was a little bit dodgy. Lofty, there's 40 seconds because I thought, I can't wait to get to that area.
Lofty, let's wait before it when we get there, but we can talk about it a little bit. JX does a really different strat than I do in Lofty. I actually have a couple different strats that I do, but JX does one that is arguably the most optimal in that level. But he got weirdly fucked over by an enemy there, but then it got recovered, but we didn't realize it. Even I didn't realize it in the chat. So weird. So weird.
Yeah.
But just a weird level and just a fucking crazy game sometimes. It's just a crazy game sometimes like that.
Oh yeah.
Nice stairs, little bonk, whatever. I see you're doing the zigzag on the stairs. With those stairs, I try to go just on one side.
Straight.
Yeah.
I've noticed you do that just to avoid the bonks.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna lean towards that.
But still riding the wall of each stair, you know, you know what I'm saying? You're going into the corner of each stair. It's just the same corner each time. I don't know. It's kind of how I do it. And then this jump right here. There's a lot of actually crazy optimization that you can do to this jump if you really do it from really sideways. We tend to, you and I, that was a clean one, but you and I really tend to take it head on, you know?
And then fade back.
And then it causes you to fade back more, which is like a lot of time actually.
Yeah, yeah. It's more like if you can keep that in the straight line, if you could take it on more of an angle and just ride it out with the camera, and you could like go straight on to the other jump, it'd be way quicker.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just more consistent going straight on.
Yeah, unlucky with the cycle here.
Yeah.
But you got past it.
Still.
It's really not that bad. It seems like it's bad, but it's only like the way what happened there, that was like 2 or 3 seconds. Like not even a big deal.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
it's just like there are a lot of things that hurt your ego more than will hurt your actual time in this game.
That's the hardest part about speedrunning, in my opinion. Just knowing you can do the trick, knowing you can do it, but not being able to do it consistently.
Mm-hmm.
It was alright, I guess.
Yeah, that was a good Dark Hollow. What was the time on that? That was a 4:13 Dark Hollow. Not bad.
That'd be like a 4:09 maybe.
Yeah, by my timing. Yeah, 4:09.
Yeah,
nice.
Something like that.
Stonehill. And so I'm gonna guess. I don't remember. I actually started watching your PB the other night when you were in the late game as well, like during Jock, I think, or right at Lofty is when I started watching.
Oh yeah.
And so like I don't even know how the early game or mid game was for you, and it's for me. Yeah, go ahead.
I think I had a pretty solid start game. I think like start games talking artisans. This is like 3 seconds off my best artisans. This artisans, I think I got 11:48 here. So this is like
11:48. This was? Whoa, that's pretty good actually.
It's quick for me.
Yeah, no, that is.
Mr. World Record 1:30, but that's tight.
Well, it really scales in the.
Take.
No, it scales in the mid to late game because what was the Peacekeepers on this run?
I think a low 27. It was gonna 26, but
so that's what I'm saying. Like if you think of it in terms of time loss, you're losing like 10, 15 on me in artisans, which isn't that much compared to like the 40 or 50 already in Peacekeepers, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's where you should focus your energy, in my opinion. Is like not on your artisans is fine, right, compared to the rest of the game, and that's what most people have trouble with when they do a lot when you do a lot of runs. I mean, that's just natural.
I think that's that was like one of my biggest problems, still is just the resets on the start game, just not good enough, like up to Magic Crafters. But then when I get to Beastmakers and Dreamweavers, there's just time falling out from everywhere because I obviously haven't practiced it enough, you know.
Oh, you're good. But you know what? You do keep up, like, I think a pretty consistent grinding like regimen. Like, how does it look for you in the last like week or two? Like, how often did you play this game, do you think?
It's every day this week at least.
Really good.
At least 4 hours a day.
Yeah, that's like as much or more than me, straight up. That's like pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And I do this shit like full time, so like that's really good. But you know, I'll also say like you also work like a full-time job, right? So
yeah, it's on and off at the moment.
So naturally, that's not even like I actually give you extra respect for that you're juggling this hobby and trying to stay consistent despite having like other obligations. Yeah.
Well, this is all I look forward to really in my free time, just this game and the community. It's like, you know, it's very great community, bro. I don't want to get all sentimental, but
no, go for it.
It's really turned my life around, this whole like game and that. Like a year ago, I wasn't really doing anything. Like I was still gaming, but I wasn't streaming or like being in a community and helping and, you know, grinding down a game. I was just, you know, playing some other stuff, like useless stuff, like online games and that stuff that doesn't really have a meaning. You know, this game is.
Dude, I know exactly what you mean about like we play games our whole lives, but a lot of times they don't really feel like they have a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's just like a hollow, just like a cheap thrill, like, you know, like fucking like drugs are actually like that a lot too. Actually.
Temporary.
Yeah. Just a temporary like excitement. It's like, all right, whatever. Like I'm bored. Like I'm just wasting my life away at a certain point, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But with speedrunning, with this game, it made me feel like, oh, there's like a greater purpose. Like I'm trying to become better, like as a human at this, you know? Or like when you try to when you really care about digging into a game, you start to get like thinking about your humanity, I think, even in that way.
Oh yeah. When you get really deep, it's it's I've seen just speedrunning not being pointless, you know. It's definitely purpose. It's definitely I'm doing something with myself, you know. I hate feeling like I'm doing nothing. and this game really, it pushes me. So I'm very like grateful I found like a game, and this game is just like crazy for the movement. So I just love it, like just pushing it really.
Agreed. This is such a slept-on speed game. I feel like even today, I feel like a lot of people like Mario 64, like Zelda. And there's other Dark Souls. There's a lot of really popular speed games out there nowadays. Thankfully, I mean, it wasn't always like that, but this game is still relatively, I would say, in the shadows of like the greater speedrunning. Thanks to maybe me and Chris and people over the years, it has gotten some exposure at DDQs and stuff like that. But point being is that when you think about like getting into a game and getting like good at speedrunning, this is not a game that you think about as like, all right, I'm going to devote my life to fucking being good at this shit. But really, it gets like that pretty quickly when you get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I really want to figure out how to move well and efficiently, and it's so simple. The beauty is in the simplicity for me.
Yeah.
That's another reason why, like, Smash Bros. Is like the same thing. It's like, there's a lot of beauty in the simplicity of Smash Bros. As a fighting game. Similarly to, there's a lot of beauty in the simplicity of Spyro's movement, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, you can glide out of that triangle drop, right?
Oh, I've tried. It's
right?
tight.
That's how you have to do it. There and coming out of Twilight Harbor. You ever do that?
I know. I've seen
that's the strat.
I've seen you.
The triangle mash and then X. A couple. Dude, so okay, mashing. Mashing has been a topic actually in speedrun dialogue lately. Is mashing. And mashing in this game. Let's talk about mashing in this game. You don't technically have to mash anything, right? How do you mash at all? Like, how is it for you?
I don't mash the dragons. I found that to be way less consistent for me. I don't know. I feel like the timing of the dragons, just on the X press, I feel like the mash is a bit off.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's personal preference.
I think for me, no, and you're right. I think you can be a lot more accurate with the dragons if you time it. But what I'll also say is, for me, I do the mash sometimes, and it helps with my delineation of focus. So, like, when you do a bunch of, like, this whole section, and then you get to the dragon, it's nice to just take your eyes off the game and just mash the button for a second and look at the chat, like, mindlessly. That's a nice thing to give yourself those, like, mental breaks so that you can get back to max focus when you go back to the game. Now, with that said, you're right. I think timing the X press is going to be more optimal. Literally speaking, in terms of your speed, versus mashing. But in my mind, I think a good middle ground is like a timed, like, triple press type mash. Just like like, be focusing on the game, but just give it like a double, even like a instead of just a single press, one of those.
I basically do mash everything else except dragons, thinking about it. But like, say Stonehill, it's the only thing I'm thinking of. When you come out that whirlwind, you got to mash triangle to like buffer the glide, then mash X and square to get that chest. On Asta, the dragon coming out of the whirlwind.
Yes.
It's you always mash triangle there.
Yeah, and that's another thing you could time. You could time any of the. What I really started, when I started timing my flames. You time all your flames.
I gotta time those.
See, you mash those, right?
Yeah. It's
hard. That's what I did for many years. I mashed my flames. I think a lot of people mash their flames if they're just trying to like triple flame a fan chest or something. So if you time those are like, similarly with the dragons, you can like get something like that is a little bit more accurate. At least you'll know whether it's good or bad. When you mash something, a lot of times your mind kind of goes off the what's actually optimal. The focus. It allows you to take away your focus. Is my point.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a really good Artisans. Yeah, people are saying in the chat this was a good ass Artisans. So, and I agree. That was a 1148. Thanks. Very nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Chuggers. Hey, where are the twerkers at? Night Flight. Let's fucking go.
Night Flight twerkers. Let's go.
I'm chugging my beer. I got you. Ooh, that sour is good too, man. God. My goodness.
Night Flight. I know you're a fan of this level.
Yeah.
I do like this level. It kind of
It's hard to keep your speed through this section, right?
Yeah.
Like here, it's hard to keep your speed.
Yeah.
And you really dive bomb it.
Yeah, you gotta just drop down.
Yeah, I don't dive bomb super hard. I really I try to maintain like the some semblance of racing lines in my altitude. So
Yeah.
what I try to go for is something called, this sounds like really stupidly technical. It's your turn. Nice turn, bro. Nice.
Yeah, it was
That
tight.
turn
It
is
was
the
tight.
hardest. People don't know. That
Yeah.
turn is easily
know.
the only hard part of this entire level, that turn.
It
And
is
you
very
can do
hard.
it good and you can do it bad, and it's so annoying. Good turn.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. It's yeah. Like little tricks like that, just yeah.
Those
people
feel
don't
good.
Really.
People
A
don't realize. You
non-speed
don't
runner.
realize
Yeah.
when you're watching, like, the sort of things you have to get good at, and that's like one of those things. The whole level doesn't matter except for that moment, you know.
Oh yeah.
So by the way, just to finish off my thought, with flying levels, I try to go for something called a brachiostone. I think it's pronounced brachiostone curve. See the wall glide. Oh, the recovery. Almost. Oh, and we got it with sparks. We're good. We're good. I take those every fucking day, dude. Anytime that happens, I take it. You know, you have to.
Oh yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, you gotta take it.
That is
You
good.
can't throw those away.
You can't just be like, whatever.
I used to always, like, for a long time, I used to never do that wall glide, like, until I hit maybe 133, like my PB.
By the way,
I've never done that.
Red fuck in the chat. Red fuck in the chat. By the way.
Red fuck.
Anyways, go ahead. You never did the wall glide there.
Yeah, nah, I never done that wall glide for a long time. I always shied away from it because it always looked very tricky. And then there's just a platform next to you can run up and charging jump off. So why wouldn't you do that? But once I did figure out that wall glide, man, it can be easy. I don't know how I kind of messed that up there, but damn, it's a very satisfying wall glide. Probably my favorite in the game, just by the amount of height you can get off it. You can literally go really high off that wall glide. Just ride it.
It's the best wall glide in the game. IMO. Next to the Dreamweaver's wall glide, those are the two most satisfying wall glides in the whole game for me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't play Vortex. There's crazier ones in Vortex, obviously, but
yeah, the ice cavern one. I've seen that.
And the High Caves one, right? That one is crazy. You know about that, right? Where they turn around at the start. Pardon me, Alpine.
Alpine.
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is crazy. Fish ladder. Yeah.
Oh my, dude, that is crazy.
That's the one.
I've ground on that like too many times. I was like, that can't be possible for
Me
RTA.
too. I thought that too.
Can't.
I thought, and then I see Novi and Anchoba. I see them going ham.
And Composer, like.
And Composer too. Everyone, dude. There are some really good Vortex players in this game. It's crazy.
There's a lot.
It's like a whole other speed community almost. The fucking Vortex gamers, and then the fucking one, and then there's the main category gamers. It's so funny.
Yes. Yeah, I played with Vortex for a little bit. It's fun, but it's not, you know. It's 120 is just.
It's not the same as the vanilla game without cheats, any percent or 120%. It's just not the same. It's like it hits a way different. It just hits different. That's all. It's not bad. It's fucking sick, but it just hits different. Main categories hit different. People don't realize until they get really nerdily into them, like me and JX are basically.
I don't know if you've seen that spin jump. That was pretty tight. I'll have to give myself that.
Yeah, was it first try? It seemed like it was, right? Yeah. I would have noticed if it wasn't. That was. This all seems like a good. Dude, if this was my dry canyon, I'd be happy as fuck right now. This is a good dry canyon.
Thanks. I think I messed up a little bit. I think this dry canyon wasn't too bad at all. I think it was pretty good.
I jumped that last gem. You ever notice that? I jumped the last one.
Short hop?
I short hop. Yeah, the final gem, the final red gem out of the firework box. Yep.
I've started to do that, but just some runs I just don't.
You can do that in so many places. Like for a lot of like blowhard, you can do that as well.
It's funny when you find a new tech and then you go implement it like somewhere else.
Yeah, it's always like some super minor, but like unless you're paying close attention, you don't see it. You know, that's what's so cool about it.
Oh yeah. Got Clifftown.
Clifftown.
Hell yeah.
So let's see what's going on here. I'll pay a little closer attention to the gameplay. I'm sure I probably could have given you a shit ton of tips in Dry Canyon, but you charged super quick there, right?
Dude.
I always just jump out. Yeah, I don't care. I'll just like jump super high there. That was a quick turn. Ooh, with the fucking chart, like it's cool because it wall glides really intensely. But damn, that is ballsy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. This level in particular is probably one of the hardest in
Yeah.
Peacekeepers, in my opinion, and Ice Cavern, just because
Oh,
of the
nice
tight
grab
jumps.
there.
These jumps, yeah,
That jump is
it's
a
pretty
bitch.
tight.
Yeah, yeah.
And this jump, I hate this jump, but it becomes consistent. I've finally found consistency with those 3 jumps, which is good. But they do take a long time, you know, embedding the muscle memory. Yeah, I don't do those glides. What you do?
Oh, you don't? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying
No.
attention. Yeah, those are the
right.
best. Nice. Ooh, okay, I see you. I see you going for a jump charge there. I saw that. Yeah, this level is so fucking annoying. I actually hate it. But one thing I did invent here was the on the birds. This first bird, you can flame charge jump it. Same thing with the last one. In fact, you can do that with any of them, actually.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
But
I've seen you do that.
The thing that makes it annoying is the slope of the hill. So it's like kind of a gamble because you can get skitter jumps and it can fuck you up.
Yeah. What's that bird? Oh.
Good recovery there. And you got a good bird there as well.
That bird's... I still don't really understand him.
That was bullshit. You should have had that. I think if you'd have been holding up left on your D-pad... You play joystick?
Yeah.
If you'd have been holding up left on your joystick, you would have collected that green once you started walking.
That's some real technical stuff, hey? It's like the corner of Spyro.
Yeah, like right there. Why did you collect that red? Because you were holding up left because he collects it during the walk, not during the charge. Or sometimes during the charge, but you know what I mean? Like when you try to cut it close, he collects it during the walk, you know?
Yeah. You can get some insane grabs just by if you like position him a bit angled and like walk it off. Like there's just so many places where walking is so much quicker, or just consistent at least, and can be quicker. Just for short turnarounds and that.
Nice. You can hit both those tents in one flame. Also, you can. Here's something I don't do normally: is you can actually dodge the leftmost red gem in that strong chest right in front of the portal there. You can dodge the leftmost red. If with that gem RNG you had, you can dodge it, and so it like saves you a little bit of movement.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh wow.
And grab it after the level. So annoying with that, dude. That fucking metal chest is a bitch. That fucks me over a lot. It fucked me over in my run. Yes, maybe today. I don't remember. I had kind of a bad early game today. I remember.
Got a weird angle, just where you start off.
That little section you just completed, I think the quicker you do it, then especially if you crank like the turns really early and hard and short, then the little guy dies earlier.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
I've tried to manip him. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You manip him to like run a bit earlier, and
you can manipulate him to
well.
Yeah, exactly. You can but you don't want him to be too early because then the manip is bad. Actually, that's the crazy thing.
You
want him to be just right.
I tried to play with that to make some sort of consistent. I couldn't.
The only thing I found was, especially with the two, what I think really influences it is the two blue spring chests. You know what I'm talking about? That you jump and you double.
Jump down out
before the down. Okay. Yeah, and so with that, if you do it with a really like, don't do the fullest full hop. Do like a medium hop and cut it off with a charge. And then flame charge out of the like really cut that movement crazy tight.
Yeah.
And that helps in my experience.
Yeah.
Helps with the manip. I think if you can keep them on screen, then that helps with the manip. And obviously, the more you like, the higher you jump and harder you go with it. And
it saves like a bit, like a second or two, because getting that green gem's pretty far.
The way you got it in this run was standard, but it can be done like how you said, like a second faster with a better manip.
Yeah. It's a pretty dodgy shemp by my.
It was fine.
On my behalf. It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was good.
This run's solid to me. I'm like, nothing major is sticking out to me at all so far. We're at 2302. The splits are underneath here. Let me take a look at this real quick. We have Dr. Hemp at 2248. Normally I'm going for sub 22 on that level. So
Yeah.
it really blows my mind that it's like you're really losing like 20 or 30 seconds compared to me here, because it looks like you're playing pretty well, you know, as far as I can tell. The only major differences I see in the gameplay are that I jump charge a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily spending as much time in the air per se. Like
Yeah.
I'm just pushing the movement a little harder. That's basically it. That's basically it. You know, like.
Oh yeah. And you're far more consistent just with the tricks.
Okay,
I don't know if you've
interesting.
seen what I've
Oh,
done
nice.
there.
Yeah, so that's how you get them to come out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You don't have to go that far out.
You don't have to do that.
Too far.
If you're, as long as you're quick enough, and cut the corners tight enough, you'll get that cycle. But that's interesting that that's like you found a manipulation for that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I always tend to do that now because it's like I know 100% he's gonna be there now. Because sometimes if you're turning out the charge and you're doing it blind, it's a bit risky because you don't know if he's there or not. Like if you've done the manip wrong. So if I know 100% that manip, just go.
Oh wow, dude, crazy recovery on that. Did you flame charge that? Yeah, that was, I barely saw that. That was crazy.
Tight.
Okay, how the I can see you thinking about Saboom route right there. Were you?
Nah, I'd never done Saboom's route.
Oh, okay,
I normally do this route. I don't know.
I think if you're gonna do this route, you should do it like the way I do with the 4 poles, not like 2 and 2, but do
bonkless.
it like just go for bonk, or even last pole bonk is still good. But if you're gonna do it that way, then do it like how my record does it. And I think the way you set this up is better for this, is do it for Saboom strats, where you just jump up to the early level early, and because that can be just as fast if you execute it like Saboom does. So yeah,
I've seen him do that with the roll and that. It's pretty tight.
And I think, well, the way you do it already, I think it lends itself to Saboom strat a little bit better than my strat personally. But whatever you feel.
Oh yeah. Believe it or not, that last chest, I like not hitting that chest. I like flame charging it. Like, you know how you
yeah, I know exactly what you, dude. I'm the same way. I know exactly what you mean. It's not
like when I hit it, you're like, it's like I didn't. It's not. Yeah, it's not the worst thing.
It's not bad, but it is actually hard. It makes it harder. You know why? Because of gem RNG.
Yeah, exactly. It could be in the wrong, like a little bit off.
It could be like off to the right when you wanted it to be off to the left. So it's just like, oh my god. So you have to do like a weirder turn, and you do that turn kind of blind coming out of the dragon, anyways. Sort of semi-blind, I would say. It's just awkward.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god. Doing any movement out of a dragon is actually surprisingly awkward in this game. Like, you have to really have a plan out of every dragon. Like here, this is a really hard dragon to optimize. You had to turn around. Let me see what you get here. Beautiful! Oh my god, that was so... people don't realize how hard that was, what he just did right there. He did that beautifully. The slow, pardon me, the quick turn, jump charge, and he did a really quick jump charge too, perfectly into that red gem. That's so hard, because that's not perfectly 180. It's like sort of a little...
It's a little bit off. It's, sometimes you just bonk on it. But you can kind of run on that wall. So if you like turn from your left, you can like kind of lean against the wall. So it's alright. But damn, I've missed that many times. Especially starting out, trying to get that down pat.
Yeah. Oh, that was bullshit.
With the skitter.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Nice. Yeah, I saw those jump charges coming out of Ice Cavern there to get up the hill. You can do those a little faster, just like X square, X square, X square. Laura does them crazy fast. What I do is what I started doing now is I just mash my thumb on square and X, basically simultaneously, and it still works. So you can just go like smash, 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 and it does like the rhythm pretty well, actually.
I thought, so you're not meant to, so you just mash it, hey, just short hops up it, because
short hop is fine. So okay, so that's like kind of that's a topic of contention, I think. It's kind of hard to say whether it's better with I think it's personally better with I used to think it was better with full hops, and now I think it's better with short hops, but it really comes down to like the execution, obviously. You can do it good with full hops, and you can do it bad with short or whatever. So I don't know.
I'd probably just say people probably prefer full ups just because of the less mashing, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's weird. And then going up, the next one's going to be going up the supercharge ramp. And so that one is like double jumps. That's like, it's almost forces a full hop in a way.
Yeah. So I think if I'm not wrong, this is like my first chunky bit of time loss. Just because, I don't know, yeah. I remember running against my splits, the new ones yesterday, and I got a lot of time saving this level. So.
Nice. Good jump charges there. Beautiful. Yeah, that blue is a bitch. I hate missing the gems from the big yellow keks. Those guys are fucking annoying. Yeah. Especially down in the pit where there's two of them. Missing one of them is just like, ugh.
Yeah, their hitboxes are really weird, eh? You gotta like jump over them almost.
Let's see how you clean up this area here. Yeah, this is my cleanup basically. Saboom has his own version of the cleanup here as well. And in fact, I think Saboom does.
He waits for the gem, I think he does, doesn't he?
No, I wait for the gem and he doesn't. So what you did here is actually the Saboom, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I think waiting for I remember waiting for the gem on accident because I accidentally bonked on the wizard.
Oh,
that was.
And you know what? And I knew this. I knew you could have pulled. That would have worked if you'd have done the credit skip. Yeah, just pull it back just a little. Not the animation, but just a little bit. You would have had it.
Yeah, it was very close.
That's actually, you know what I'm talking about. But a lot of Spyro players don't really know this when they're learning credit skip. Is you can actually pull back the glide, but not enough to do the full animation. So you can like kind of give it like a little drop and a little diagonal drop or like a backwards drop without the full like pullback thing. And so you need that when you're doing the turnaround. If you do it the way I do, where you ride the wall, you kind of need that when you do credit skip in order to get the right angle at Nasty, at the right height.
Yeah.
If you don't go like out perpendicular and come back.
Yeah. I'll do that differently to you.
This is the classic. You do the old strat here, and it's basically the same. There's arguments to be made that my strat is actually worse because it costs the sparks and it's pretty much the same time difference, but I like it, so I continue doing it.
Missing the flame like the way I done it can just cost you a lot as well. You have to turn around.
Yes, that's true. I hate that. I hate when that happens. I used to do that strat for years, by the way.
Yeah. Oh.
You missed the JX, dude, is your strat.
I know, I missed it. I told you this was a dodgy one.
So people don't know this, but JX actually invented a strat right there where you flame the thief and you do the shitty turnaround animation, but because you're hitting the thief and you would otherwise not be able to move, the turnaround animation actually doesn't lose time in theory.
Yeah.
Compared to doing the animation skip, bonking on him, and then doing a quick turn jump charge. Compared to that, it's like basically the same, if not maybe a little faster, depending on the execution, how early you hit the thief, so on and so forth.
Microseconds, like not even. It's just neat to be facing the right way, if done correctly.
Yeah, it's nice. It just feels nice. It's like a cool, like little. It's a unique strat, I would say, which I like.
Yeah. It's probably the only thing you use the pivot for.
Yeah, it's the only intentional use of the turnaround animation.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, only time you want it.
Yeah.
Out of all the other times. Oh, actually here as well. I'll do it
here too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe we use it more than we think. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's true because these might be the only two places in the game that you'll see that.
Yeah.
Like intentional use of that.
Back to back. Yeah.
Yeah. You can get that. Also, you can get that chest without the turnaround animation, but that's even more precise. It's unnecessarily extra precise.
Oh yeah.
Now I noticed you didn't go for the gems, so you're not going for bike caves here. You're going for fairy kits, right?
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't think I could do bike caves. Maybe not yet.
Not yet. Once you start running any percent, you just lose your fear with bike caves. That's how that goes.
Oh yeah. I gotta say, it's probably the hardest section, or start section. Like right there, the start of high caves.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest starts of the entire game, of any level.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and the reason why, you know this, but the reason why is because the enemies are so fat, and the flame charges, you have to be so close, so it's really hard not to bonk. You have to do a lot of like what I guess you would call them flame charge walks on those guys. So like you flame charge them, but if you keep charging, you're gonna bonk. So you have to walk immediately after the flame charge and just have confidence that you got it, basically, and just keep walking and then do the next thing. And You have to really have confidence with some sections flame charging wise in this game to do them optimally. It's the same way in Misty Bog. When the hogs charge at you, if you flame charge them confidently, you'll save more time versus not. Like knowing, like assuming you're gonna get it.
Yeah. I still can't figure out that thief there.
So
can't do it.
There's actually two ways you can think of it, and it all comes down to how you glide into the room. You know how you kind of like come in from a charge jump around a corner? If you glide into it high, you'll be able to get it early, and if you land on the ground, like right on that corner, and continue your like charge jumping or whatever, then you can get it late. So like he'll start, you know, Saboom does he waits for him to turn around and then he kind of hits him late. You ever notice that? So
yeah, I've seen it.
And he'll go off to the right also, like crazy.
Yeah.
And so
I've seen that.
So he goes in, actually he's on the ground when he touches the corner entering the room. This is
he
all
does a charging jump or something when he lands, and then I don't know, I've seen it before.
Yeah, and doing a charging jump helps because it just kind of confuses his AI and helps him be a little slower with the turnaround is the point. And so that's like the idea behind it. But what I would do for a lot of times, and even still today, and it all comes down to the entrance charging jump, about whether you want to like push it against the ground when you enter or whether you want to stay high when you enter, because that's going to like determine how early you're going to go for the thief skip there. And you have to be very reactive as well, you know, like you have to just look at what the thief's doing, and it's like if he's giving you room to do it, you just got to take it, you know.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it is.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking about doing a charge glide in there or something. I don't know. I've got to just somehow just practice it. That's the one thief I just haven't hit early ever.
He's like the hardest one in the game, so I wouldn't trip on it. And again, hitting him early, you don't have to practice it too hard, because hitting him early versus not is like what, half a second maybe.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It feels bad, it looks bad, whatever, but it's not like a big time difference.
Yeah. Just knowing you can do it.
All right, let's see. You go for the double kill here, I think, right?
Yeah. I think it doesn't
You
work
missed
out.
one. You missed one, yeah.
Yeah.
Annoying.
I don't think it worked out. It's good, yeah, because running against my splits, I figured that out as well. I was like, I think I missed him. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. I've been getting him very consistently as well. Both of them. Like, past 4 runs before this, I think I got them all. First try. Just keep getting them. Nah, not this time. There's a bit different routing in this level compared to your routing.
Yeah, you do the damage boost, right? That you invented.
No, I can't do that. I can do it, but it's
slow. It's slow. Runs. That's what you're doing right here. You're setting it up, aren't you?
I'm doing the war glide, the 2-val war glide.
Okay. No damage boost.
Yeah, the damage boost is just basically a quicker version of 2-vals. Because if you do the damage boost, it'll take you up and it'll skip the whirlwind. But if you just do the war glide...
So this is one route I highly recommend you switch to the newer version for. Because you have a lot of options. That was so clutch. Are you kidding me? The double, I didn't even think about that. I was like, he's dead. That just blew me away.
Yeah, I didn't think I was making that.
When I first learned this game in 2013, did runs in 2014, you'll see my first PB does that wall glide, by the way. And that's what it's the oldest strat for this level, is that wall glide you just did. In fact, that's like one of those ancient lost to history routes, because once you learn how to do the supercharged turnaround, it's ancient history. You want to learn the supercharged, it's slower. It's like at least 5 or 10 seconds slower. So you want to do the supercharged turnaround.
I've remember fondling with it like before, but I think it was more when I first started to speedrun this game, and I kind of just done it a few times, and I'm like, fuck this is too hard.
It is
I'm
hard.
Just gonna do the glide.
I'll give you that. It's like not the easiest thing ever, but there are easier ways to do it than like just doing the turnaround on the first. Like you could go up the other side of the second ramp while collecting gems, come back the other way. I always link Buchism's PB. Check out Buchy's 141, I believe is her old ass PB in this game. And although she's playing on PAL, she goes to the top of the other ramp and does the turnaround and gets the wall bump. And at this point, the wall bump I think for you would not be a problem, you know, because you know how to do stone knot. You're not pressing X too early. As long as you know about that, and I feel like you have a confident enough thing going on. So you should, I think at least doing the easy version of the turnaround is important.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I know.
It's gonna be faster than this route. It's gonna be faster than this route even if you do the easy version.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I just got to put time into it again. Just learn it.
But it's cool. You're doing great.
Yeah. I've kind of just stuck with this same route since I've started and just haven't really changed at all. Like this is just a years of the same route.
Mm-hmm. That really good flame charges at the end there, dude. Those were good.
Yes, it's tight.
Like I can't.
That wizard's hard.
It blows my mind because like I see you doing so many things that are like really fucking high level that I can't. I'm like almost like struggling to like give you things to work on. It's just the general execution like is the only difference, you know. It's just
like
doing
consistency. I don't know.
It's just doing it's just doing things a little more quickly. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like and that just comes with time and just playing the game, like you said, like on a consistent basis. And you've already developed, I think, a lot, and you're gonna fucking nail it like in a few weeks, even if you keep playing like at this rate, you know.
Yeah. I'm definitely keen to get back onto it straight away. I love it.
I think you can get a 125 with this like level of execution of the run. I think you could 125 this game easy, JX.
It's like the mental thing in my head. It's like I'm always like, I know I can 127 or something. Like I've been on so many paces, like 126, 127. That's like a 4-minute PB. I haven't even sub 130 yet, except this run.
Yeah, like for you, 127 is totally a really good goal right now. I think. Shoot for a 127. I think you could hit it personally. Oh
yeah, it's saying
And then at that point, and then it's like, fuck. I remember when I had a 127 in this game. You know, I had a 127.30 for 2 years straight running this game, and I was like, I had a PB drought for 2 years in this category, and it was 127.30, and my first PB was I don't know if I skipped the 126. Did I? It was something like that, but. The difference between 127 level gameplay and 125 level gameplay is actually not as big as people might realize. It's just one has more mistakes than the other. That's about it. Like.
Oh yeah. It's just getting it all consistently is the biggest trouble. Because I know you can't go against golds and like compare that, but I've nearly scraping 121 summer best.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm getting the times in the levels, it's just I can't lay it all down in one run, which is going to take years of work
and what I like to do
a lot more.
If we scale up that sum of best, unlucky. If we scale up that sum of best by like let's say a minute or two to account for the Dreamweaver's route difference. So say it's actually your real sum of best is more like a 122 or a 123, more practically speaking. And even with that, like you can still play like you have a lot of wiggle room, you know?
Yeah.
Between your sum of best and possibly and like your goal is what I mean.
Yeah.
For me, I don't have a lot of wiggle room there. My sum of best, my practical sum of best is like a 119 something, and I want to get a 120, you know? And so there's not a lot of like wiggle room there.
I know, it's like 5 mistakes. Not much. You got like a minute of your golds.
But there's always, and then this is the thing that the sum of best never tells you though, is that you'll always be generally getting better at the execution of this game. Like how I was saying earlier, it's like we're both executing a lot of the same level, like quality of, like the same shit. We're executing the same shit. It's just that I'm doing everything slightly faster. That's it.
Yeah.
And then that just all adds up like a shit ton to like many dozens of seconds per homeworld.
Yeah.
That's literally the only difference. And I think one thing that helps you with that is jump charging a lot and just really being like one step ahead when it comes to, all right, I'm gonna like jump charge out of this dragon. I'm gonna flame charge this. I'm gonna, you know, just being one step ahead of everything, you know?
Yeah. You gotta like think before
and be focused.
The dragon.
You need a lot of focus. You can't be tired. Remember how I was tired yesterday and I was all salty and my run sucked? I was tired. You know, you have to be like on point. That's just how it is.
And it's annoying when you want to be on point, but you
can't. Yeah, I mean, we're human, dude. Like, you can't be on point every day.
I know.
You know? Exactly.
I know. That's the biggest thing we always forget, I think. We got to just give ourselves some slack for that.
So true.
Can't always.
So true.
Because, I've, you know, it's hard for me to, I think I've become just more of an introvert on this game. Like, I'm just I've been doing a lot of no mics. Like I used to always mic and that, but I've just been doing a lot of no mics and just really falling in love with it. Just trying to.
It helps you focus,
like,
I bet.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And especially when you start getting towards the end. And
That's good. I have nothing but respect
jumping.
for people who no mic stream this game. Like, people, I think people get like in their own heads a lot about no mic streaming, like speedruns. I think it's one of the coolest things you could do, personally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just I don't know. I generally just am bad at multitasking. Like if I'm already messing up without talking, imagine me like trying to talk. I think like it just wouldn't work. And I don't know. I don't want to blame like me talking for my.
No, there's nothing wrong. You're saying it like there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You're just human, you know. Like, so me too.
Yeah.
If I'm not like, you notice on my PBs, I don't talk that much, you know. Like, maybe between a level or two, but like.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like focused.
Yeah, it does get like that. Yeah.
I remember.
You really gotta focus.
Yeah, I replied. I remember on Twitter the other day. So someone was talking about like, oh, I want my chat to be active all the time, and I'm like, who cares if your chat's active or not? You know, like, or about whether you're like interacting or being a good streamer or whatever. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like, people just want to see you like doing something meaningful. You know.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what you should want for yourself, is that you're just doing something meaningful. And that's what's beautiful about speedrunning, is it gives meaning to like playing this fucking 20-some-year-old game, you know? So keep the meaning alive by, you know, spending your energy on focusing rather than, you know, being a fucking whatever, jack of all trades. Which is a problem I have a lot, you know? Like, I'm over here like Mr. Content Creator, like, bro, like I gotta play the game, you know? Let's make no mistake, you know?
Yeah. Oh, dude, your content's great, but fucking.
Thank you.
It keeps all of us like in the loop, you know. We're all like, just all on one page.
Thanks. I'm glad you like it. It gives me a reason to do it.
Yeah. Oh, gives me a reason to play this game, dude. Yeah. It was great. I remember like when I was first coming into the scene, I was like, who's the 120? Because I was like, I want to do 120. And I was in Nova's stream first. And then she's like, Deo man, go sus Deo man. And then yeah, when I found you, I was like, yeah, this is the man.
No.
This is the man with the record. I watched you 1 month before you got your 122.13. Was it when you? Oh,
that's good, dude. You caught me right before my golden age in this game.
Like I caught you 1 month. I remember, right before right before.
Yeah, that's like my fucking golden age, straight up. I'll say it.
It's probably this time last year, a month ago.
I mean, I think about this a lot. Like, you know, I'm able to like get the best time I've ever gotten, and that happens to be actually the best time any human has ever gotten. And not that I'm cool for that, but I'm just saying like I'm at like a golden age for myself. Like I'm at my prime, you could say. And so, in like 15 years, like I'm not going to be at my prime, you know? I'm certainly going to be not at my prime, like in some amount of time. So the fact that you can stay in your prime and like really try to focus and make it happen is really really cool. Because it's not shit like this doesn't last forever, you know?
No.
Nothing lasts forever.
I'm gonna try ride this as long as I can.
Yeah, and you know, when I got into speedrunning this game, I never thought I'd be like some, you know, world record holder or anything like that. In fact, the thing that kept me playing this game was realizing that I would never be a world record holder, and that I would be destined to sucking forever, and that's okay, and we can still play the game and it's fun, and it's tight because it's a sick game. It's a great speed game.
Until one of your PBs becomes a world record.
Yeah, and then one day you wake up and it's 8 years later and your PB is a world record. That's literally how it goes.
Yep.
It's never planned out that like, okay, I'm gonna be a world record.
You never know when the PB's coming. I always try to, you know, it's always just random. That right there, I don't know if you've seen those fans.
That's the Saboom fans.
Yeah. It's hard to like get that bonk, but I feel like if you get that bonk, it just
the bonk helps. You think?
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just reaches the flame to that other one. 'Cause sometimes you get cucked and the first flame doesn't work on that.
Yeah.
The further fan chest.
Yeah, I think it's whatever is the most consistent thing to get a triple
Oh, yeah.
flame there. I think you got a triple flame there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
whatever gets
triple.
you a triple flame on those fan chests and whatever to flame charge, and it's not like shitty movement, then that's what you want to do there.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
just so many different, like, you could do a couple different things on those fan chests, and they're all pretty hard, you know,
Yeah.
TBH. And so it's not worth like saving the extra like half second or whatever by you know, doing one strat over another if it's not consistent.
Yeah. It's just whatever's more consistent.
Yeah,
'cause,
absolutely, with
Literally
those shows.
missing one flame on the fan check, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Because one flame.
Whatever
Yeah.
strat you do, there's like 3 different strats you could do on those fan chests. You could do it
Yeah.
before the level, like I do. You could do it like how JX did, the Saboom strat, before the dragon, after the level. Or you could do it after the dragon, after the level, which is the old
way
strat.
You used to do it.
That's the way I used to do it, and that's technically
Yeah,
the most
I remember
optimal
that.
way. That's technically the most
Yeah.
optimal way, but it's the hardest. So
yeah, it looked tight. That's why I didn't do it like
Yeah.
that when I was first. Because yeah, I remember you turn straight around and do like a flame charge, like
a
why
blind,
the
you do a
camera's not with
blind
you.
flame charge, and then the camera doesn't fix
And
itself.
it's a double. Yeah,
And it's a double,
flame
and you
charge.
have to flame. It's crazy. It's the most
that's a
wonky
big one.
trick to do, like, optimally, I would say.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But man, I will say getting that double flame charge in runs, I've done it obviously a few times in my day, and it feels, there's nothing quite like it. Of course,
Oh,
like for
yeah.
every one run I get with the double flame charge, I lose like, you know, 20 runs, you know, but
Seeing a blind flame charge gem homing is just beautiful.
yeah, it's just like,
Especially
yeah, it's
the
gorgeous.
double fans.
Oh, oh, you're gonna make me nut, dude.
Yeah, dude. What we got here?
Yeah, speaking of double flame charge, well, it's not a flame charge. Oh,
I was trying to get
Yeah,
behind the chest with that
Yeah.
flame.
and
but
it's
couldn't.
awkward. I don't blame you for that movement because it's awkward. You're supposed to charge into that last box, which forces the charge to put you at an awkward angle for the 2 fan chests. So it's just embrace the awkwardness of charging for too long there on those 3 chests. That's my advice.
Yeah.
Because it'll actually force you to turn in a way that actually works for the trick. Ooh. Oh, nice. I'm blown away he didn't
Got
try
him.
to lick you.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, unlucky. You had that, though.
Hey.
That was pretty close.
Close.
That was good.
Yeah.
And I saw you jump charging a lot there, too, which I really liked.
Yeah. I feel like you got to just before they
Yeah,
lick you,
everywhere,
you
bro.
gotta be quick,
Bro,
dude.
you're doing that here. Now, think in my shoes. I'm doing that everywhere throughout the whole game.
Yeah. It's pinpointing everywhere where you can do
Pinpointing every jump where you could like minimize like a frame or 2 by jump charging instead of just, you know, turning and charging or whatever.
I think I oughta might do that then. End up saving 2 minutes on just short hops.
I kid you
Jump
not,
charging.
it'd be like that.
Oh yeah. 3 tops. I love tree tops. Probably my top 3 like 120 levels like to actually do. Like that I'm actually looking forward to doing.
Yeah, I look forward to this level too. I totally hear what you mean. It's like after
Yeah.
Misty Bog, whatever happened
Yeah.
in Bog, it's like, all right, let's just clean shit out. Let's kill these fucking monkey bitches.
Yeah.
You know,
it's so
do some
fun.
supercharges. Yeah, I totally hear
Yeah.
you on that.
I do enjoy this level a lot.
You
The
never, you don't like
execution's
really
satisfying.
stress any. Yeah, I totally hear you.
Yeah.
This execution on these fucking monkeys is so nice. Now, I would like to point out that you almost got body blocked right there, right?
Yeah,
So
with that flame charge.
that fucking monkey, however you decide to do him, you have to decide whether you want him to hit the wall, hit the pillar, or not. So, do you want him to hit the pillar or not?
Nope.
Okay, so you need to decide and then tailor your strategy around that. What happened for what I do is I make him not hit the pillar, but that forces you to do a fade back short hop in order to not get body blocked. Again, you should have been body blocked there. You got graced by the run gods that didn't happen right
dude. Yeah.
there.
I think I do it like the exact same way. He's always like right at the end there.
The Saboom way is he goes directly, he hits the first monkey into the pillar, and then goes around the pillar like what you did. And so that way you don't get a body block. Whichever way is the same difference. It's just You have to pre-plan it a little bit like that. And then the other annoying thing about it is the monkey doesn't always walk out the same distance.
Yeah, it's when you like approach him from the
So
start.
yeah, so you have to like do a consistent approach in order to make his AI consistent. Exactly.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's like where you land when you jump up that last platform. I don't know. It's a bit tricky, that.
Okay, nice. Coming up on Rotis up here.
Yeah, Rotis fans. There he is.
Nice, good stairs. Ooh, nice, nice.
Yeah, he used to always bonk on that last step, but I've kind of like figured out if you hold X like just a little bit longer. I was always cutting my jumps way too short. Like
wow, that was sick,
bro.
You charge jumped that and you didn't jump off the end. Did I see that correctly? That's bad. That's optimal. I never do that. I always I do like medium hop charge under. No. I medium hop charge onto the ramp. Much more pussy than what you do. I do charge jump onto this ramp, but the first one I still like, you know, pivot, short hop.
Yeah.
I should say quick turn, short hop charge, or quick turn, medium hop charge. That's like how it used to.
Because I was confused how you used to be able to do that by just land, because you used to not jump. Well, you still don't jump. But I was like, how does he do that? But I ended up getting it by just doing that charging jump.
I might start doing that.
Times,
if you're doing that consistent, then I should do that.
It's you got to lean more to the right, but on that platform, because I've bonked going like leaning towards the left of it, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So when you do the charge jump, like aim to the right of the supercharge ramp. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, metalhead.
I knew I'd learn a thing or two watching this. Yeah, Jumpy Luff always made fun of me for doing the full hops onto the supercharge ramps. It just makes the speed more consistently high, but it obviously is not optimal. Speaking of which, you can charge jump that wall glide right there as well. That's another one you can play with. Yeah, it's super awkward. It almost always flops you, but it's sick when you get it. Those, by the way, those boxes are a fucking bitch. What I always do is
dude.
What I always
they're probably my least favorite section of the game.
The trick,
because it's so tight to get those greens and the chest.
Yes, exactly. The trick is to be holding like down left when you're coming out the portal or coming out the wind tunnel. Mostly left. Yeah, mostly left.
I've started doing that and it's found a bit more consistent.
It's a bit more. You still have to like have confidence. You just have to go for it, you know, and it's kind of spooky. Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, holding left out the whirlwind, yeah, that's one thing I've kind of picked up on.
Yeah, it's like kind of a quick left to right turn. It's like you kind of give him the little, just like permanent, just like in Jock. In Jock, you do the right to left swivel coming out of the fucking wind tunnel. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
On the five guys or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, dude, those dudes are weird, man.
I do a swivel. Is that what you do?
I go hard right, and then I just hold left the whole time.
Yeah. So it's like the same. We're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
And then it's cool. You can micro adjust it again, like referencing this technique. You can micro adjust your height in the air just by tapping back on the joystick instead of holding, tapping it so that it like doesn't fully initiate the animation, but still drops you a little.
Yeah,
that's like really cool micro adjustment. Obviously, like do that on credit skip and do that on the guys in Jock. Excuse me. Got the beer burps, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I've polished one.
Got one down. I'm like 3 deep right now.
I've got 2.
Let's go, Jay.
Yeah. Grab my 3rd.
I think the day I got my record, I think I drank like 6 beers or something. I went absolutely insane.
Oh yeah.
Now you can flame charge the those last 2 chests, and even if you miss the second one, it's actually faster to grab the gem out of the air, like in Dry Canyon.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Like in Shemp as well. Not Shemp, Clifftown as well.
Yeah, exactly.
The N2,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't pick up on that. I should just do that with every chest.
So let's see if you hit the. Let's see if you hit the cycle here, because right now it looks like you might be. Yeah, you're a little slow for that cycle.
It's the way I come out of Metalhead. I get the 3 gems.
That's you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
You want to
it's
get the
just a
one
habit.
gem, the one red gem
Yeah.
next to the fire.
That
there.
one
Yeah,
there.
that one. It should be the other way around. Exactly.
I know. I literally do it. I tell myself this every day. I'm like, do it the other way. I just can't force myself doing different routing.
But it's cool
So-
though. Another thing about it though is you can you grab the fan chests first, which is what Saboom does actually, and I grab them second after the first charge pad guy. So that's an interesting distinction as well. That I think there's no difference there, because we both make the cycle, so it doesn't really matter. As long as you make the cycle there, you're good.
Yeah.
Doing the old strat here. I go for a double. I don't know if you see me in that spot, but I do a slightly different movement.
A double.
Yeah. And specifically, one thing I've done with doubles that it's just something I try to focus on is if I can make it not a turnaround 180 situation. By the way, with this, to cut myself off for a moment,
Dude,
with this little part right here. Okay, let me give you the tip that's gonna blow your mind right now. I'm telling you, quick turn like half of the 180, and then do a jump charge, like a short hop jump charge. So like quick turn, short hop jump charge. You know what I'm saying? Short hop charge. And then into a charge jump, and that'll make you reach the platform. I shit you not, like half a second faster than any other movement.
So do the 180, then quickly short hop, and then
while you're quick turning, you're basically like, you're like cranking the analog stick around, and while that's happening, you do the jump charge to get into it, and then you chain that into a charge jump to hit the platform.
Righto.
I know that sounded complicated, but that's like that's literally what happens.
I know exactly what you're talking about. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
I think that was a bad whirlwind approach.
I think so. I think if you'd have come in a little bit more from the right there, and what I like to do is I actually crank my camera, and you want to hit the wind tunnel like halfway up your full hop. You don't want to hit it too short up your full hop, and you don't want to hit it too far away up your full hop. You want it to cut you off halfway exactly from your full hop, and enter parallel with the ledge to your right. That's like my kind of setup with it, and I try to even set up the camera with it while I do it. Yeah,
I've seen that. Yeah.
Also doing two of the short hop charges up the ramp, because that makes a difference on the guy's zap cycle.
I normally
as well.
do just one, but
one is acceptable. I do two.
Yeah.
It's whichever one you get used to, because they either way you're affecting his cycle basically.
Yeah. You just got to get to him quick. That's all I've kind of taken in from it.
And consistently, the exact same fucking like inputs down to a T every time.
I know.
We're doing a robots task here, JX.
I know. It's funny. It's just thinking how full on it is. But yeah, it is like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the cool thing is it is doable. Yeah, the muscle memory. Yeah, that's what's crazy about it, is we can actually train our bodies and minds to see those things that nobody else can see.
Yeah. Just nail it.
Yeah. You can hug the wall way harder here. Talk about like racing lines. We don't talk about like optimal lines a lot. That's another reason why jump charging helps a lot. Like right there, is it allows you to preserve the most optimal what's called racing line, right? Like you see in racing games, they take like the right path, the shortest path that like they take the shortest path from spot to spot, right?
Yeah.
That preserves the most like momentum or whatever. But in this case, like we're just thinking the shortest path from point A to point B, and jump charging helps you think in those terms, and just in your general movement. Okay, now I want to ask you something. Are you aware of what the different life counts mean for you at this point? So what does 2 lives mean for you? Because I don't know what your Twilight route is.
Well, the 2 lives are just in case I die in Lofty, because I always.
So there's an extra safety life, you're saying?
Yeah, I grab a safety life, and if I have 2 lives, I won't grab it. I always know like you should have 1 here, but I always got to account for a death in Lofty or in like Dark Passage or something.
So I'm gonna tell you something.
I just always do it because I feel like I'm not at that. Point where
I'm telling you right now, JX, you're there. You finally reached that point. I'm not shit you not. where you can go through the end game without like expecting not to lose a life. I know that sounds unnecessary and dangerous and whatever, but if you're 2 lives here and you go for a single death abuse to Twilight Harbor, this was the best case scenario. What happened here was the best case scenario, because now you can do your single death abuse Twilight and not have to grab and not lose 5 seconds on credit skip. See what I'm saying? So you just when you're on a good pace at this point forward, I would need you to promise me this, JX. When you're on a good pace, I need you to believe in yourself, man.
I get too nervous, dude.
You gotta believe in yourself.
I think from memory, I think I grab a safety life in this level as well before Lofty. It's just like, cause I'm always thinking, alright, if I get credit skip, I just don't want to game over before, because I've definitely game overed in Twilight before by forgetting a life. And like, at the end of the day, I don't think the 5 or 10 seconds that you save from getting a game over credit skip would matter too much with me. So I'm like, fuck it, like, I'm just gonna get the safety lives, you know?
Yeah, it's true, but as long as you can admit that you're willing to lose 5 to 10 seconds because you're being a pussy, straight up, then it's fine. Then it's fine. As long as you admit it, then it's fine.
Yeah, I've gotta admit that. It's my worst fear, just game overing Twilight. I've done it before and it just sucks. Just accidentally.
Oh, whatever. Fucking whatever. The run's dead anyways if you're fucking dying like that in the end game, like, you know, or not dead, but you know what I mean. Like, you might as well risk it for the biscuit. Is my point. It's like kind of that's how the way I look at it, you know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
The Dark Passage is going. I don't think I've been hit by those dudes yet, so that's good in my books. These turtle dudes.
Good job on these guys. Yeah, this is clean so far, as far as I could tell. Keep in mind, I do doubles on every one of those spring chests. I'm sure you see that.
Yeah,
Every spring chest in this level can be doubled. I rarely get all of them in one go, but...
oh, dude, there's one right at the end. In the end section where there's heaps of the enemies, you can double those. I've seen you double them before, but that's really tight. You have to like really get the flame in behind it as well. It's kind of like that one you found on Blowheart.
Which one are you talking about here?
It's at the end of this section.
Oh, yeah.
There's like two spring chests at the end of this.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that goes for actually for most of the doubles in this level.
Yeah.
The one coming up here is actually pretty consistent, I think, compared to the one at the start. And the yellows are the tough one as well. The blues here in the section you just completed earlier, when you come out of the whirlwind, the blues, those are worth going for sure. Those are probably the most consistent, because you can have the same movement coming out of the whirlwind every time, basically.
Oh yeah.
Just X upright, or pardon me, square upright. You're also cleaning up those guys out of order, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Now here, amazing. You're a lucky bitch. You were so far forward there. The game should have not given you those. I'm blown away it gave you that. You are such a lucky bitch. I'm so angry you got those.
I haven't done it yet before where I've missed a firework. I still haven't. I'm very
You've never missed? Oh, JX.
No, I haven't.
Oh no.
I haven't.
Hey, maybe you have something figured out that I don't.
It's just one thing I've always feared. I've always think if I miss that firework, literally there's no bringing it back. Like, you have to run through the whole level again. That's got to be the worst time loss out of anything, if you miss that firework.
I love that you grabbed the extra red right there. I started doing that. Saboom does that too when he's on this round.
I feel like you just gotta wait for those dudes.
Yeah,
anyway,
you'd have they've already started their thing. You might as well grab the extra red. Saves frames on the lofty exit.
Yeah, saves. Yeah, exactly. Entering jocks or whatever.
Yeah. Nuja was trolling you, DZ. Badass. Yeah, I've not been paying any attention to chat, by the way. No, whatever. Scroll up, make sure I didn't miss any subs. Oh, I'm good. Everyone's asleep right now and stoned. If you're stoned in this chat right now, post an emote.
Yeah. You doing that flop's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah, I got that on
Pretty
my
precise.
bro. I got that on one of my records. Can you believe it? I stopped going for it. I don't know.
I can't believe you'd go for it on like a pace.
It's
like
so
that.
tight, bro. It saves
I
more
know.
than a second. It saves like 2 seconds if you get it right. It's like sick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
so
It's
sick.
safe, yeah. It's crazy seeing like.
But a lot of things need to be.
So.
A lot of things need to work out correctly in order to go for it, because as you know, as we were discussing earlier, I am very risky with my life count. I go into it like, usually I'll be going into that section with 0 lives because, like you said, I'll take an accidental death at some point. And so I'll be going into that section with 0 lives a lot. Oh, making the recovery.
Yes.
Nice. And
that is tough.
so when you go into that Flora flop with 0 lives, you can't do it because you have to grab the life that's right there. It's the most optimal life to grab up to that point and after.
Oh, okay. I've never grabbed that. Oh, yeah, I have grabbed it before, but I normally don't think about grabbing that life.
It's hands down the most optimal one. Obviously, we're talking about less than a second.
Anyway.
We're talking about less than a second of difference depending on the life you decide to choose. But in terms of optimalness, the endgame lives, if you're under-lifed at 0 lives, you want to go for that one right there in front of Flora Flop in the Dreamweaver's homeworld. Or you want to go for the one at the end of Jock. The one at the end of Jock, where the 5 guys are.
Where those, yeah.
And those are both
4.
basically near the end of Dreamweavers, you know. So it's risky. It's a risky play, but it does pay off. I mean, I think I don't game over that much. I don't think so.
Nah. Lofty Castle. See, I paused the timer there. I paused the timer for like a second or two. I had to retime it.
Did you? Right there. I didn't even notice. Bro, I bet you could like do that and like submit a PB and like none of the mods would notice.
Oh, yeah.
They would get you banned for life, but it'd be a thing you could do.
Yeah. Lucky to get that Sparks eat before going in for it again. Because then I can just grab all these gems like that.
Nice. Yeah,
without grabbing Sparks.
Clean Saboom route. So
Yes.
okay, just to make it super clear, JX does a different route than me in this level, and arguably his route is the most optimal route here. And he actually does it really good, but there's a crazy wrench that gets thrown in it. So we're gonna check that out in a sec. Now you can get right there. You can get the fast shot from the what's it called?
I was really trying to do it there. I came in like wide, and then the camera got stuck on the outside, and then I was like,
it's a super specific run up. You just gotta like study the way I do it. That's literally it, and then you'll get it.
Yeah, I've gotten it a few times in runs, but it is definitely quicker. But it saves like 3 seconds.
And I get it like every time now. It's pretty for me now. It's pretty consistent. So I highly recommend getting that. It's like you said, it's like a 3 second like free time save basically.
Yeah.
I used to do it like this.
Hey, go for that. Did you see I went for that balloon, dude?
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I love that strat. I love that strat. Yep.
It's just.
I try to, bro. I try to do that when I'm on Saboom route, but he almost never is in the right spot. If I'm playing well, like
I don't know what are they global or like I just.
It might be global. Like with those fat guys, I think it might be a global cycle thing where it's like if you play the same way every time, they're gonna be kind of in an awkward spot, you know.
Yeah.
So
I don't really know.
Yeah, that's my thought about it. And so to that end, you know, you're either, if you're going to do the JX supercharge, part of the reason I don't do it is because you're going to be leaving that guy, optimally speaking. And so here's what JX does to compensate for that. He has to do a really hard turn while collecting 3 items right here. Now, it seemed that he missed the guy there, and that's what me and him both thought.
Couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
There he is.
You couldn't hear him or anything. He almost got the bump right there.
It's close.
Almost.
Good turkeys, but
gotta run around. So this is like around a 10-second time loss because of that bump, which is super annoying, but that's how it goes with this route.
So I knew in my head here I was taking a death abuse because I had to do this earlier because I missed him.
Yeah, so this was big brain.
Well in my head.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking well in my head that I've missed him. Like he's definitely missed.
So he's going back to the top of the supercharge ramp now to go collect him, and now here he is collecting the guy, which we all assumed that he missed. and he got fucked there. He did not let go of square.
I forgot about that. Dude,
that's so
that
annoying.
The worst.
He's so pissed right now.
It's happened to you so many times, hasn't it?
Yes. If I was JX, I'd be mauling out of my fucking mind right now.
Dude.
And then look, orb.
Seeing that life ball come in really just made me be like, what the fuck? I didn't even miss him. I was like, dude, I could have saved so much time on this split.
So crazy. And it's like, I don't even know if, honestly,
so
like...
What happened was Nerf Rip kind of had a look at it, and he was like, I was curious, but apparently the fan, if you off screen the fan, because I hit the fan straight on, then went to the right, hard right, so the fan was off screen, and then it respawned and killed him, like since I loaded back in the fan.
And you could see the gem home in when you were in the inner castle.
Yeah, he sent me a little screenshot, and you see the blue gem coming in right when I've done that.
Because the metal chests right there aren't blue gems, the ones that you just hit in that screenshot. So therefore, the blue gem that homed in there had to have been from the fat guy, which had to have been the result of some weird shenanigan off screen of him loading in and out. Keep in mind, Lofty is a level that has like 3 or 4 different loading zones which incur lag as you cross them. So you very much can be in the situation like in Nork Cove where it spawns in an enemy in a different loading zone weirdly, or like if the enemy dies from some damage. It's weird. That got deloaded when you were exiting that loading zone.
Yeah.
Right?
It's crazy to know the gem came from half across the map.
Yeah.
Like,
and the only other level that I know that can happen in is Nork Cove with the magic sparks that you get after TNT tricks sometimes.
Oh,
are you familiar with that? That's another example of that.
Yeah. Queeze. Jocks.
According to mods, I always boot up a video editor and count frames. Well, that's cool. I didn't even know they did that for this game. You could still get away with a... Oh, you mean for the timer, you mean. Like, they double-check the time against the frame count. Is that what you mean? That's pretty good. That's, like, I think more effort than I think most mods put in. Not Spiral mod, I mean, just if I were a mod. That's why I'm not a mod, because that's, like, more effort than I would want to put in. Now, you know you can jump on the platforms that these wind tunnels are, and you can, you know what I'm talking about? They're tight, but they're doable. Yes, it sucks to miss them, but...
The last one is tight. Like the
last one's so weird. Yeah, the first one's easier. Yeah. The second one is like you gotta jump weirdly in the middle. Like it doesn't even make sense.
I've never hit that one.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's
weird.
Feel like I'd have to.
It's weird. You gotta land on the edge, but be curving into the middle, because the jump in the middle, it'll catch you if you don't jump on the edge. But if you're not turning in towards the middle as you do it, then the jump isn't gonna catch the thing. It's really weird the way that wind tunnel is. Some wind tunnels are just super weird in this game. You know that. Not every wind tunnel is created equal by a long shot in this game.
Yeah. There's some weird ones.
So we're going Wally route here, and we're having a bit of a meltdown.
I alwaay freak out when I get to this point.
Nice. Oh my god! You should have been so dead right there, dude.
I know.
That should have been a flop all day, dude. Are you kidding me?
Tight. I just held square and X, just waiting for the charge jump.
You fucking legend. You legend.
That was tight. That was very tight.
Okay, don't get this life. Don't you dare. God! You bitch!
He got it.
You know, this hurts my soul. Every run I do, I have a moment where I'm like, do I get this life or do I not get... I will fucking pause and check before I accidentally grab the life like that.
I did not mean to grab that one. I knew I had to grab one of the lives, and I grabbed the life next to the 2 iron dudes, and I don't know, it's a weird life to grab in this level. I grabbed it in Jocks earlier, if you didn't see.
Well, look, here's the thing. If you're 2 lives entering Twilight Harbor, I don't know if you are or not, but if you're 2, hold on, what is this? 117? Shit, I get like 110, 111. Where does all this time go, guys? What the fuck? I don't see it. I don't see it. Right? Isn't
Go on,
speedrunning
dude.
fucking crazy like that?
Go on.
Like, even in Peacekeeper, I was thinking, dude, like, how did he lose like 30 seconds on me here? Like, this looks like pretty good gameplay to me, you know?
It's just the minorities,
It's
little
such,
baby.
yeah, it's all the minor shit. So weird.
All adds up.
It so adds
And
up.
it's crazy how quick you can actually do a level. Like, if you get a level perfect, you can get it really, like, quicker than you think, you know?
Exactly.
It's like, it's crazy.
And once you start putting them together and actually getting a pace going,
yeah,
it's a whole nother
like,
thing.
Wow. Yeah. Godly.
Yeah. See how Cove treats you here.
I think I had a decent Cove. I know I had a good Twilight. I remember having a good Twilight. But I had the 2 lives, so I couldn't get the optimal ending.
Oh, ooh, cool flame charge. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I only implemented that in that like this day. I was like, yeah, that's sick.
I'm gonna just go. You just saw that? You just saw that right in the moment? Oh, that's so sick.
I'm doing that.
I like that.
Now I gotta start doing it. Barely hit that straight on.
Yeah, so true, DZ. So true. All right, keeping it together. Let's see how TNT trick goes. I've been failing this trick a bunch lately. I fucking hate this trick. Nice.
Just. You always gotta make sure those gems. I can't.
Yeah, it's so hard to collect those gems correctly. They vary. Obviously, they have RNG to their trajectory. But in general, I recommend not doing a full 360 like what you did there. Trying to find a way to do like a run up one side, maybe fade back, and then run up the other side. That's like going to be a better way to do it.
I've been trying to do something clean there. It never works out clean.
Yeah.
They're just a bitch. Those gems, they go everywhere. Literally. I don't really know what's quick to do here. I kind of just kill that guy and then do that, but I guess it works.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think what you did, I wasn't paying super close attention, to be honest. That was bad, though, obviously. That's something you should practice. Right now, you're already losing like 10 seconds in this downstairs area. Just because of that.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy how much time, like, stacks up in this ending area. Yeah. Every missed... And there's, like, 3 or 4 moments in this level of, like, you gotta hit, like, a really tight, like, sort of execution check. And if you missed any one of them, if you miss any one of the execution checks in this level, you're losing at least 5 or 10 seconds. At least. Yeah. You know? And so it's just like, you gotta... It's a real test. It's a test of the bullshit. And then on top of that, you gotta collect so many... You gotta get so much gem RNG and, like, adjust really well with the cleanup of it. This is gem cleanup plus bullshit tricks the level, basically.
Yeah. It is a very hard level. It's one of the most different levels, like layouts and that. And there's a few new things. You can hit barrels and I don't know. It's a different level. And it's definitely like a hard level. Like I struggle a lot with Cove. I'm not ever excited ever entering Cove. I hate entering Cove.
Me too. It's actually one of the moments I dread the most during a run.
Yeah.
Especially, imagine you're on a good pace, and it's like, it could all just go to shit right now, and like, it's not even that's what happened on my last record. It all went to shit in Cove, you know?
Yeah.
So, not this one, but you know what I mean, the one before.
Yeah, yeah.
The only reason I recently got another record is because the Cove in my last one was trash. Amazing fucking proxy. Dude. Let's fucking go.
Finally got it like in a run. I haven't been hitting that in so long, and I just finally got it back. It makes the level so much easier.
It's really satisfying to watch the level get cleaned up like this, like top down. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's how it's meant to be clean. That's how it feels like it's meant to be cleaned up.
Yeah.
Now I will say I timed out many different routes of this level. It's one of the few levels I've timed actually pretty extensively, at least for an evening or two. And what I found, I would look at his segment time with proxy, and it seems that proxy is almost even, if not even, with the double turnaround that I do. So even though what I do looks stupider, I'll admit, Just the fact that you clean up so much more stuff with supercharge makes it faster.
Yeah.
This route causes you to have to run actually a lot of extra distance, believe it or not.
Like running along that bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like this whole section here is all running, you know, like that you have to clean up backwards, which is like kind of awkward. You know what I'm saying? So, it just ends up working out that our two routes, this proxy route versus my single death abuse route, are pretty much the same, as far as I can tell. Now, the execution can vary, you know, from person to person, but from what we've seen, Saboom's best execution with proxy versus my best execution with the double turnaround supercharge, I win that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Dude, yours, especially if you get all your gems in
yeah,
two turnarounds.
Exactly. That's the thing.
And as well, if you get all 3 of the gold gems up top as well.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. The 3 gold gems up top, that like, oh my god, that cuts out so much extra. It allows you to death abuse so quickly, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then imagine if you start doing, I was thinking about this, start to do pause strats after the first supercharged turnaround to see if you got all the gems and then just keep going after the pause. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be like another optimization.
Cool.
So.
Damn, that'd be tight.
And we were joking about this at the start of the run, but there's a triangle drop strat you can do after Twilight Harbor there, exiting to the home world. Mash triangle, glide out, charge out of the glide while turning to Spyro's left, your right, coming out of the portal.
So mash triangle and then X, so you glide. And
yeah,
then,
like mini mash. These are like
it.
Mini mashes. So like a mini mash of triangle, a mini mash of X. So that way you triangle drop and then glide out. Then once that glide starts, you immediately press charge to turn while turning off to the left, and it puts you in the perfect position to short hop jump charge into the 4 green gems that are between the 2 dragon mouths that are so awkward to get otherwise.
Yeah. I know, yeah, they are. I kind of just jumped down and grabbed them, however.
That's literally what I'm kidding. JX, don't feel bad. That's what every runner has done until now. Okay? Thanks to me. You know, I'll take full credit for this. I am saving everyone the awkward. Yeah, I'm optimal, dude. We're figuring it out.
That's good.
I don't mean to sound too on my high horse, but I'm very proud of that particular strat.
Yeah. It's neat. I'm keen to give it a little fun.
Thank you, DZ. Finally, someone's saying thank you for a little dumb optimization.
DZ. Yeah, I was shaking a bit here, but I knew I was keeping it together on this one. I was like,
so your last, let's talk about that. So your last sub 130 pace before this, you had, I guess, choked in Nasty's loop because you were so nervous, right?
Yeah, I literally dropped.
So how are you feeling here? How is the difference? Like, what's going on in your head?
It was last time was literally like a breakdown. Like I literally like just I don't think I was like, it felt like I wasn't ready for the sub 130 yet. As corny as it sounds in that, it's like
you like manifested that.
Yeah, it's like I wasn't.
Beautiful
so it's
credit
like I needed to wait. Yeah.
Beautiful credit skip. And by the way, just to discuss the credit skip for a moment, I noticed that you kind of went a little bit more out into the void than I do. Just comparing the
I go
glide.
heaps out.
And I like that. I mean, I don't think that's bad at all. I think that's really good. And you're killing. Now you should have broken the chest on the right instead of the left there. Just saying.
Okay.
Right, that makes sense, right?
I got to pick up on now. Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense. But you can double flame charge this, whatever. Or not.
You can miss it anyway.
Or miss it. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
I don't care. I'm PBing. I'm getting out.
Yeah, at this point you're excited. You're right?
Yeah, in my head now, I was like, dude, this is 128, high 128, or like I was like, just let's go, just send it. But I was shaking, but obviously
you're shaking. Yeah, me too. Like I get like my palms get sweaty. I have to wipe off my palms on my
dude,
and
every
I sit
second. It's like, oh.
I'm in a really air-conditioned room with a fan blowing on me, so sometimes my hands will get really cold. Do you get really cold fingers and hands?
Yeah, dude, cold fingers are the worst.
Even when it's hot, it's your hands get way cold when you're on a really good run.
You just need that like medium temperature, like it's so like
your body is just having trouble regulating its temperature. You know, your face is getting hot, but your hands are getting cold, your extremities are getting cold.
Dude, I've got the worst with that. Like I gotta wash my hands because I'm like, oh, my fingers are too cold, I need to warm them up, so I wash them and under hot water, and then I don't know, and then the next day it might be hot, so I'm so sweaty, and I'm like, like you just need that that mild temperature.
Dude, have a fucking, I shit you not, there's no shame in having a literal fucking rag right next to your TV. Dude, I keep a fucking tray of baby powder next to my TV. There's no, whatever like little comfort thing that you need in order to keep your hands dry or whatever, to, you know, a fan, like I have a fan right next to my shit. I keep my hydro flask, like whatever water you have is in the perfect spot. Now, okay, this plane, you got a little cucked on, but you recover it with a single turnaround there. That was a few seconds, not a huge deal. But now this next plane, I remember watching this, and let's just... I don't want to say anything.
I just got fucked. This is what threw to 128. I was like, oh no. I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, we can get it.
Now, what you should have done here is turn around at around this point. He should have turned around, and then it would have been like a 10 or 15 second time loss. But instead, he decides to go for the quick kill again, which is kind of mind-boggling. Oh, but he misses it. He misses it. Actually, from what I understand, doing that quick kill is easier if you do it like that the second time, right?
That's why I do it, because I have tried to turn around before, but I just couldn't do it backwards. It's one of those tricks I haven't practiced much on. Like, I have practiced it a lot, this trick, but
I'll tell you, with every attempt you've done right there, you turned in a bit too late. If you turn in a bit early, like right when you hit the midpoint of the room, you look at the textures against the wall. Right when you hit the midpoint of the room, you want to be turning in at that point. And I'll actually use the camera to help crank the turn a little bit. And I flame before I see the plane. You don't want to react to the plane. You're not going to really have enough time.
Yeah, nah, you don't. He drops way too low. Like,
he drops way too quickly onto the scene for you to react. So
yeah,
you have to flame preemptively and just believe in it. And sometimes, you know, he's going to miss. But in those cases, you know, whatever.
The flame hopefully flares out anyway enough to get him, because their hitboxes are pretty
But you know,
big.
I gotta say, I don't totally fault you for trying to go for the quick kill again. It is technically faster than doing the turnaround, I guess. But yeah, I just thought that was funny because nobody would have done that recovery. I found that just interesting. 129 GG in the fucking chat. GG. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah.
GG.
Relived it again.
How are you feeling? Now you didn't have your mic on at this time. And Otis, by the way, thank you for the prime. You didn't have your mic on at this point. So how were you, like, what was going on?
I think I come on like screaming. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but I was so hyped. Yeah, dude.
There it is. There it is.
Dude, it could have been a 128 if I didn't fuck.
Yeah. You were salty. You were salty about the plane. I mean, anybody would have been salty about that plane, so I don't blame you for that at all.
I put in the grind today. I just done a few runs.
How many runs had you done before this?
It was 3. But I was going. I think it was like 5 hours.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, bro. Cheers for that, dude. That's the first ever 10 gift bomb I've ever had.
Oh, really, dude? I feel honored to be your first.
When I seen that, my brother, he slapped me. He's like, "Dude, Deo just dropped 10 subs." I'm like, "No way." I just looked in the
cheers.
chat.
Let me drop you a fucking chug of the rest of this beer in honor of your first 129. My first 129, I'll never forget it, and I hope you never forget this one either. Cheers.
I never will. Cheers, Deo.
Oh my god. Yeah, right, Wasabi? Like, this man has been on a tear. This man has been low 130s for a hot minute, grinding the game at least a few days a week, every week, you know, if not like every day almost. And fucking he's sub 120, sub 130. And in IMO, JX is on easy warpath for a 127, pardon me, and possibly 125 if he really wants it. That's my thought about it. What do you think?
I'm going for it.
You're going for it?
Yeah, dude. I'm going for it. I want to send it low. So.
Dude, I'm glad you're still pushing it, man, because you've done, I think, what few people can achieve in this game or have sought to achieve in this game. It takes a true, I'm just saying, it takes a true nerd to get a sub 130 in this game. Like once you're at this point, you know, there's no going back. You either send it or you just quit, you know, like at a certain point. This is where you decide your destiny, you know.
I know. I've had to think about it. I feel like there's still no wall I'm hitting yet. I feel like there's still so much time. Just watching that back has just made me realize how much time there is to save. I can easily like get 2 minutes from that. So let's send it, dude. I gotta try get that again with 2 minutes.
Yeah, dude. I love that.
I'm keen. I'm keen, dude.
You're
Let's send it.
keen, I'm keen, and you're a king. We are two kings, and we are
Two
legends.
kings.
So
Two
yeah,
kings.
quick chug in honor of the two kings and the kingly sexy chat here as well, hanging out in the late night for the coaching session, or what is it, the run review. I hope
run review.
hope you guys enjoyed this run review, and yeah, quick chuggers in honor of speedrunning and loving Spyro. Cheers.
Damn.